Welcome to the Dorothy Hamill Skating Rink. This is a pregame show getting you ready for Darien and Greenwich in boys hockey here on the HAN Network. I'm Frank Renita, standing alongside John Kovach in a very happy
No, I've been replaced.
very happy President's Day to everyone who is watching as we're getting ready for what is essentially turning into a playdown game now to get into the FCIAC tournament. We've got 4 teams fighting for 3 spots, John, and it's going to be exciting all the way to the finish.
The bottom of the table is just crazy, and you've got, let's start at the bottom where you've got a flat-footed tie for the 6th and final spot. Greenwich and the Stamford West Hill Co-op, they're both 6-3-1. They both have 2 games left. Greenwich has one that we'll see in about a half hour against Darien. Tomorrow, the twain shall meet.
Stamford does play against Ridgefield today, so they have an opportunity to pick up 2 more points. Unlikely they'll knock off the Tigers in that one.
It's a tough one, but if they did, that's a ton of momentum.
And if there was a goalie who could propel them to a win, it would be Christian Campolaro, who's been so strong for the Stamford West Hill Co-op team this year. They're the defending Division III state champions and trying to scratch, claw, and get their way into the FCIAC tournament this year. We do know that Ridgefield will be the 1 seed, New Canaan the 2. Fairfield has also clinched a playoff spot. St. Joe's, Darien, Greenwich, Stamford, and West Hill all still looking for that decisive 16th point.
And they're all just right there together. You've got St. Joe's and Darien both 6-3-1, 13 points each. Greenwich, Stamford, West Hill, 5-3-1, 11 points each. And everybody's beating everybody else. So we were talking with Darien coach Mac Budd. The tiebreakers are just a nightmare here because you could have a scenario where 4 teams are going to be tied for the 6th and final spot.
It would be absolutely crazy. St. Joe's last game is against Trumbull. We expect the Cadets to be able to win that one, especially with the way they're trending up right now.
It's a crosstown rivalry, though. You know you throw it all out with that.
Especially a Trumbull team that would love to spoil the party, and it could potentially leave St. Joe's on the outside looking in. Really, you don't know whose game it is right now. Any one of these 4 teams could be just the odd one out, the unlucky one here. Again, if you've got a situation where there are 4 teams all tied with 15 points, the coaches were saying, we don't even know what the tiebreaker situation is for that yet. And when was the last time that happened, if ever?
I don't know that it has, but just the mere fact that everybody has a win against everybody else, you can't just go to head-to-head. I saw this game on the schedule, and I thought, okay, this could be a play-in game. This could set the field, and then we can preview Saturday's play-in doubleheader. We might not know till tomorrow. We might not know till Wednesday morning who the 6 teams in the FCIAC playoffs are.
It's a great problem to have as a conference. And let me ask you this, John. Does this possibly open up any potential to go back to an 8-team playoff field for the FCIAC tournament where there isn't a bye seed for the number 1 and number 2 seed?
I wouldn't be opposed to that, to be honest with you. All 4 having 8 teams play, you're going to have a team knocked out potentially based on goal differential or goals against or whatever the tiebreaker boils down to. I have no problem with an 8-1 game. I have no problem with a 7-2 game.
It was the way it used to be. The only issue now, and I think part of the reason they made the switch down to 6 teams, the depth in the conference has gone down in the sense of more towns have gone to a co-op program. You lose staples from the conference when they teamed up with Weston and Shelton. So it's tough there in the sense of trying to find a legit 8 teams. I think the gap between 7 and 8 right now might be a little too much for it. But it's unfortunate for one of these teams that's going to be left on the outside looking in of what's always a competitive FCIAC tournament.
I want kids to get the experience. I want kids to have games to play and more games to play. So co-op or no co-op, I don't have a problem with adding a team to the tournament and making the full 8-team field play quarterfinals.
Greenwich is coming into today's game as we're going to shift our focus here briefly and look at this matchup we've got going on off a big 7-0 win over Norwalk. What was huge about that win, John? Captain Owen Johnson returning to the lineups, scoring 2 goals for the Cardinals, and it couldn't have come at a better time as they also clinched a spot in the CIAC Division I state tournament with that win.
It's a big win for them, and the bigger gain is to get Owen Johnson back on the ice. Then he scores 2 goals. He hasn't missed a step, you start to think. Darien took care of business Saturday, too, with a 6-0 win against, and why is it escaping me?
Trinity Catholic.
Thank you. I almost said Trumbull, and I knew it wasn't Trumbull. Thank you.
But Darien comes in winners of 3 straight. They're both sitting in the final 2 Division I state tournament spots right now. They're ranked 13th and 14th in the state. Number 15 in the state is St. Joe's, but they have not won their 8th game yet or accumulated that 400 winning percentage to be eligible for the state tournament, which makes that game against Trumbull even more important if they want to play on into March.
Right, makes it a must-win for St. Joe's, because you know they want to get a shot at the states.
We'll have more on this hockey game coming up in the state tournament in a little bit, but we're going to take a break. When John and I get back, we're going to break down our first 2 girls' quarterfinal basketball games from over the weekend. Kevin Coleman will join us shortly to talk about the other 2 and everything else we've got coming up this week right here on the HAN Network.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCD.com. Looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ng for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Welcome back to our pregame show from Dorothy Hamill Skating Rink as we are getting ready for Greenwich and Darien. It is the Cardinals' senior night here on the HAN Network. Frank Granito and John Kovach standing in the rink today. John, over this weekend, the girls' basketball tournament got underway. You and I were at Norwalk High for the 1-8 matchup between Trumbull and Staples and the 4-5 game between Norwalk and Fairfield Ward. Let's start with the top-seeded Trumbull Eagles. It was business as usual to start the tournament.
The games all lived up to their billing. The closest one was the 4-5, and Trumbull took care of business. They wanted to move on. They went out. I saw a lot of good things from a very young Staples team. There were times that they hung with them. I think they won a quarter.
I thought that Staples youth played well. It's a great learning experience for them. They're not ready to compete with Trumbull yet. That's okay. It's a program back on the rise. They were not a playoff team last year. They're back in both the FCIAC and state tournament this year. That's what you want to see, especially with a lot of promise moving forward. For Trumbull, it was just the senior leadership. Claudia Tucci, Virginia Ray, Taylor Brown, all leading the way, scoring, getting done. They were just the better players on the floor.
They just did what they do, and they dictated pace for the majority of the game. They made it very difficult for Staples to get the ball up court. When they did, they made it very difficult for them to move it around the front court. They dictated what Staples could do. Staples was playing chase for the better part of the 32 minutes that we saw.
And that was really it. It was the defense that dominated the day. They could have shot the ball better. Honestly, could have probably gotten them into 60 or 70 points. But just keeping Staples limited, not allowing any kind of opportunity to make a run or get themselves back within single digits after building an early lead.
Across the board, though, I thought the shooting on Saturday left me scratching my head because I don't think we saw a good shooting team among those two games in that doubleheader at Norwalk High.
Well, when you look at the first game, which was the 4-5 matchup, it was the best game we saw all weekend. Fairfield Ward a 47-46 victory. Surviving a last-second shot that was off the rim would have given the Bears the win. Sloppy start to the tournament. Neither team played particularly well, but give the Mustangs a lot of credit finding a way to pull that one out.
I think we had this discussion, and the word was being thrown around. People were saying it was a good game, and I think we're saying, it was an entertaining game. It was a captivating game in that it was close. But I wouldn't say it was a good game. I thought it was very sloppy on both ends. I know both coaches know they have things to work on. I know particularly Dave Danko of Fairfield Ward, as I spoke to him afterwards. Norwalk, had they hit their field goals, I think could have won that going away. Their shooting percentage has to be at or below 50%.
Oh, well, when you think about it for Fairfield Ward, if they had hit their free throws down the stretch, Norwalk doesn't have a chance to be in that game. Looking ahead to the semifinal, John, who do you give an early advantage to and why between Trumbull and Fairfield Ward?
It's very tough to beat a team twice in the same year. And you've got a Trumbull team that you thought about that perfect seat. You know that was out there. That 0 in the right-hand column is important to a team. And Ward took that away, and that's going to be the point that's driven home this week. You've got the chance to get revenge on them. We've had the discussion, and it's often not a bad thing to lose that undefeated season because that pressure's then off. It's one less thing you have to think about. Go out, win games, win your championship. But that's going to be used as an incentive for beating Fairfield Ward.
If Fairfield Ward is able to come away with a victory, who's going to be the player that leads them to do it?
I think they've got to do it in the middle because I think Trumbull has more size on them. So I really think it's got to be in the paint with Shania Osborne.
She got into a little bit of foul trouble early on, had a good game. She was dominant on the offensive glass. That will definitely be a focus point for the Mustangs. I think defensively they need to rebound better. There were a lot of second chance opportunities for Norwalk. Trumbull will make the Mustangs pay in that situation.
How much do you think Daja Polk can do in terms of harassing the Trumbull guards as they bring the ball up court, and is that something Ward's going to want to do?
It's an interesting matchup to me because Daja Polk is going to have to be the Mustangs' lead scorer if they're going to have success. She's their best player, and the offense runs through her. On the other side, Victoria Ray can go without scoring any points and still be so effective. The big thing is, can Daja Polk not turn the ball over? I think that's what will be the most important part of her game, is when they pressure her coming up the court, she's got to protect the ball, not allow empty possessions for the Mustangs.
And they will pressure her. We saw that most of the afternoon when Trumbull played Staples. They won't let you breathe. They won't let you think about breathing. They're just going to keep coming after you.
John, we're going to take another break here. When we get back, Kevin Coleman will join me. We'll talk about the other two quarterfinal games and all of that coming up next, right here on the home of FCIAC Sports, the HAN Network.
Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Richfield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan. Or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
Back on the 8th Gen Network at Dorothy Hamill Skating Rink. The team's taking the ice for warm-ups. I'm Frank Granito, joined by Kevin Coleman. Before we get to boys hockey, we're going to wrap up the weekend's action in girls basketball. Kevin, we were at Ridgefield High for the 2-7 matchup and the 3-6 game. Let's start with that 3-6 game, and hopefully we can keep up to the pace that Stanford came out of the gates with. 33-5 at the end of the first quarter, minus Alexa Kellner. No issue, though, for Kelly Jagodzinski.
I think that's one of the big storylines. They did this all without Alexis Kellner. It's so impressive. 11 for 11 from the field to start the first quarter. Unheard of. Frank, I think a lot of people in the stands are blown away with what they were seeing shooting-wise from Stanford, which, in fact, we haven't really seen much. This is a team that likes to play down low. They have the talent down low. They've really been utilizing that post-game. The shots were on fire on Saturday.
Kelly Jagodzinski, the junior, comes off the bench, gets her first career start. The tempo was certainly up for that Black Knights offense, and they were everywhere and anywhere behind the three-point line. It didn't matter. They couldn't miss. They were on cruise control the rest of the game. Speaking with Coach Jackie DiNardo of Danbury afterwards, she said, we didn't play that poorly. We had some turnovers and tough possessions, but I went through 3 defenses and couldn't figure out a way to get them to miss a shot.
And you know what? That's a message to the rest of the teams like Ridgefield going to the semifinal game. No matter what defense you play, this Stanford team can pick you apart. They went through man. They went through 2-3. They tried the full court press. No answer for Danbury. What an unbelievable performance, speed-wise, scoring-wise, and defensively-wise for the Black Knights.
On the other game that night, it was Ridgefield and the Greenwich Cardinals. The Tigers, too much to handle for Greenwich. They lost Elizabeth Middlebrook early on. Didn't appear to be too serious, just precautionary that they kept her out the rest of the time. Let's play hypothetical situation. If Middlebrook is a healthy scratch, what kind of a chance do the Tigers have against the Black Knights?
I still give them a good chance. You talk about a perfect matchup. You can't ask for a better semifinal matchup. You kind of almost want this to be the final, but we also have a great semifinal on the other hand as well with Trumbull and Ward. That's going to be a fantastic semifinal as well. But for Ridgefield, they definitely still have a chance. You know, this is a team with a lot of speed. I think they have more speed than Stanford does up and down the court. They can beat you on the fast break. We know how good they are defensively. This team will press you all game long. Coach DiMarzo, such an intense coach on and off the court, especially during the game. He's going to put a lot of pressure on the guard play for Stanford. Frank, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. We saw it was a low-scoring game early on this season when Ridgefield won at Stanford. I think we're going to see that again.
43-39 the first time they played. If there's one player who could certainly control and turn this game in the Tigers' favor, it's got to be Caroline Colonel, who's just playing out of her mind right now. 23 points on Saturday, must have had close to 10 rebounds, half of them offensive, several steals. She should be the conference most improved player this season. She's doing it on both ends of the floor and doing it so well.
And how about this, Frank? She's only a junior, which is scary to think for the rest of the FCIAC. They got to deal with her for another year. Caroline Colonel put on a clinic on Saturday, defensively wise and rebounding wise too. She created a lot of second chance opportunities for the Tigers down low, which led to their big lead, which obviously led to the win. Caroline Colonel was the difference in that game for the Tigers with Middlebrooks out.
Kev, you'll be on the call for both semifinals with me. Let's look ahead to the 2-3 matchup. Who do you like in that one early on, and for what reason?
Ooh, you're killing me here, Frank. You're killing me here.
I tell you what, let me change this question.
Okay.
Give me an X factor from both teams that we haven't mentioned yet. Someone who might be able to make an impact we didn't see step up as much in the quarterfinals.
Well, I think someone that kind of shied away but still had a great game was Brooke Kelly. I think she makes a difference for this Stanford Black Knights team. Another name is, we talk about Caroline Colonel. I think Megan O'Hara had a really nice game on Saturday, quietly though. Those are two girls that really quietly went about their business Saturday for the Black Knights and the Tigers and got the job done. Obviously, Caroline Colonel and Kelly Jasinski were the big stories on Saturday, but those two really got it done. I think those two are the X factors for the Tigers and the Black Knights going to tomorrow night's game.
I think a great matchup that we're going to see is Lansadell and Goodwin, the freshman versus the senior, both just quietly going about their business, doing such a great job in those quarterfinal games. They're going to have to run a majority of the offense. Julia Middlebrook, we obviously have talked about her so much. Lansadell and Goodwin, though, tremendous athletes, will be a great matchup to keep an eye on in that one.
That is a great point. That guard matchup between Lansadell and Julia Middlebrooks, those are two intensive players. They can lead the offense. We've seen them. They have good ball movement. They like to move the ball around. They can score. Lansadell, again, just so impressive, and she's only a freshman.
It'll certainly be a lot of fun. We'll have those games for you on Tuesday night. The early game between Stanford and Ridgefield is set for 6 o'clock. Trumbull and Fairfield Ward will tip off hopefully right around 7:45. Kev, want to thank you for coming on during the pregame. We'll hear from you in between the periods. We're going to take a break right now. John Kovacs will join when we get back, and we'll bring you live action for the Dorothy Hamill Skating Rink, the Greenwich Cardinals, and the Darien Blue Wave. Coming up next on the HAN Network.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars. Wow. Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Give your day a jumpstart with the latest news, sports, weather, and more on Coffee Break, live on the HAN Network, weekdays at 11 a.m. Connecticut news doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break.
Back on the HAN Network from the Dorothy Hamill Skating Rink, Frank Granito and John Kovacs. And John, I'm going to let you take over now. You'll be doing play-by-play for today's game. Take us through what we got coming up.
Getting a little excited here. We're watching Alec Presley and Brendan Bumgartner warm up in their respective goals. We know these teams can score, Frank. How important are the goalies going to be this afternoon?
What stands out to me and what I think will be most important is the rebound control from the goalies today. Presley coming off a big win following that tough loss we saw to St. Joe's last week. Bumgarner has been playing very well of late. Both these teams, though, love to score goals in those garbage areas. Doesn't matter how you get on the score sheet. A point is a point, any way you can get it. If these goalies are loose with their rebound control, John, offense is going to capitalize, and it could be the difference if we're in a close game.
And we've said that all year long, particularly with Bumgarner, that rebound control has been the big problem here. Both these teams put points on the board Saturday night, 7 by Darien, 6 by Greenwich. They both pitched shutouts.
I think we're more likely to see a shutout today than we are see 7 or 6 goals on the board. You've got the last two conference champions squaring off here right now. 2 years ago, they met in the state championship game as well as the conference championship. They're programs that know each other well, and the rivalry is renewed, but it's at the bottom of the conference right now, which I think makes it a little bit more interesting. There's a lot on the line. Defense is going to tighten up. It's what team makes less mistakes today that really wins this game.
Well, it's at the bottom of the conference, but I think the stakes are higher because you're not playing for who's seeded first, who's seeded third. You're playing for who's going to play Saturday and who's going to buy a ticket.
One thing to keep an eye on, John, you remember when we saw Greenwich against St. Joe's last week? A lot of turnovers. They had sloppy turnovers in bad areas on the ice. The Cadets scored off that. Greenwich came out in that second period, made it a 2-1 game. All of a sudden, lazy turnover, a couple bad penalties. St. Joe's blows it open. Darien will capitalize on those opportunities. And the player who will do it is Arden Cohen. He flies around the ice. He is tenacious and gritty. He will make life miserable on the Greenwich D and put them in tough positions.
Discipline's going to be crucial for Greenwich this afternoon. They cannot go to the box as many times as we saw them go a man down in that game against St. Joe's a week ago.
And Darien has not been immune to the penalty bug either. We've seen them at times take 4 or 5 penalties in a game, lose their heads when things haven't gone their way, and take some, sorry the poor word, but selfish penalties that have put their team in bad spots. The most important thing today, and especially if you're Greenwich, think about it this way, it's senior night. You want to honor those seniors, play for your team today. Don't do something that is going to put the rest of your teammates in an awkward or tough position.
Exactly. Play a team game. And if you're Greenwich too, how different does Greenwich manage the game, being that they're still playing an FCIAC game 24 hours from now? Darien's done. They'll know, they'll have their points again.
Well, for me, Greenwich puts themselves in a great position if they can win today. If they win today, they've almost clinched up a spot, and I think it gives them a lot of momentum going to that game tomorrow. Darien, on the other hand, while they're sitting ahead of both teams right now, they're into the playoffs with a win. This is a win and you're in game. So the Wave obviously wants to control their own destiny and not leave it up to the fate of what other games are remaining on the schedule. But for Greenwich, the first 5 minutes are going to be the most important. Don't let Darien get ahead of you. Control the pace. Feed off the energy. You've got the students back in town from February break. Use that to your advantage. Enjoy your senior night, and I think that puts the Cardinals in a great position to be successful today.
We're going to step out when we come back. Darien versus Greenwich with a lot of FCIAC playoff implications at stake here on the HAN Network.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for InSports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit InSportsCenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Denise Figuergoli, host of The Drive, here every Tuesday on the HN Network. It's about how you fuel your mind, your body, your spirit that creates the life you live, with people, places, ideas, and organizations that move us forward mindfully and consciously. Tune into The Drive here on the HN Network, Tuesdays at 12:30.
Throughout National Eating Disorder Awareness Month in February, the HAN Network and Silver Hill Hospital are working together to raise awareness. Every Monday this month will feature in-depth discussions with experts at Silver Hill on a number of pertinent topics and treatment information, including early intervention, importance of nutrition, eating disorders in the LGBTQ community, and the neurobiology of disordered eating and body image. Watch those interviews during HAN's Coffee Break News Show Mondays at 11 and on demand at han.network.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at stonesThrowCT.com.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars.
Wow.
Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
At In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, In Sports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for In Sports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit insportscenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30, right here on the HAN Network.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars. Wow. Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
And welcome to the Dorothy Hamill Rink in Greenwich for this afternoon's FCIAC hockey matchup between the Greenwich Cardinals and the visiting Darien Blue Wave. The Cardinals are on the ice. John Kovac along with Frank Granito. The Cardinals are on the ice for their senior day. Frank, we've both been around high school sports. Always a bittersweet day, but it's always great to see the families come to honor those seniors.
It's a lot of fun, and hockey is a very unique senior night, especially as these careers are coming to an end. Very few go on and play at the next level, but it's a sport that all of a sudden is just ripped out from underneath you. And many of these kids, John, have been skating since they were 2 or 3 years old, and then all of a sudden at the age of 18 you're told no more. So the parents are equally involved in hockey compared to some of the other sports. You've got to be up at 4:45 in the morning driving them to these freezing cold rinks. You're there every step of the way.
It's a true family sport.
It's a very, very unique and special senior night, as anyone is, but the hockey one to me stands out a lot.
And Owen Johnson just introduced here for the Cardinals. Interesting story there. A senior, a captain who was injured, who came back finally Saturday night, scored 2.
And it's huge for this Cardinals offense. They have so many more options with line combinations. Chris Rurik the sigh of relief that came from Coach Rurik's face when I asked him if Owen was back skating after learning he was having his cast off last week. He says, oh, he's back in the lineup. He scored for us the other night and could not be happier to have him going here. They're still missing Alex Mojian, and you feel for a young man like that who had his senior year cut short on a night like tonight. But Johnson could be an X factor and a difference maker for the Cardinals if they can get into that FCIAC tournament. They've also qualified for the state tournament. We expect him to play a huge role there for the team.
By the way, you can, I hope, hear the bagpipes in the background here, which when you associate bagpipes with sport, you've got me. I'm signed up. We talk about how important family is to hockey, and we were here a week ago today to see Darien play St. Joe's. Talked to Chris Rorick, and he talked about how he's trying to change the attitude here, how he's trying to build the sense of community, and I think at least early on succeeding with it. And that carries on to having these youth players on the ice. You can see them, the seniors will skate between them, and it's got to hit home for him tonight because Christopher Rorick and Matthew Rorick are both out there, along with Todd Rosenbaum, Patrick Hentman, and Teddy Kim. And a little bird told me that TJ Fahey might know who the Cardinal is.
And, John, you know, you spoke with Brent Brower, who's the general manager of the Greenwich Skating Club's youth program, and that's what you want to see at the high school level. And we know it so well from football when you look at the Darien and New Canaan programs, the connection with their youth program and how it's translated to their success. So that's the idea for Coach Rorick, is he wants to create a program, create an atmosphere that those youth kids are excited about. They show up to this today, and they want to be wearing that Cardinal on the front of their sweater, skating through this line of youth players and taking their picture with their parents.
All the years that I coached with Vinny Camara, recently to coach at Ludlow, coached with him at Platt Tech, coached with him at Prep, he always talked about the importance of community and family in football. He's from a large family in East Haven. Talks about how when you were 8, 9 years old, you started to identify with the high school player. I like the way he play. I want to wear number 81 or whatever it might be. And that's what Chris Rorick here wants to do. And that's a model for success regardless of the sport, is to have a feeder program that's part of the community, that's just a continuum all the way up from youth through senior night.
And it's great to see in hockey, specifically because of the way that youth hockey is shifting now. So many kids are leaving their towns, even leaving the state to go play for these elite travel quadruple A programs before heading off to boarding school or experimenting with the junior leagues, that the FCIAC is missing out on a lot of great talent, and it could be a league unmatched by any other. When you think about who is being lost to the prep schools and not playing for their public school in the school in their town.
And sometimes you get a taste of how good they are, and then after sophomore year, we lose them. The Darien team has finally come out, gone to their bench as Greenwich wraps up senior night. Frank, we have yet to talk about the most important thing in the immediate future, and that is how this game is going to shape the FCIAC playoffs. Really could be viewed as a must-win for whoever.
Well, you've got 4 teams right now battling for 3 spots, separated by only 2 points. St. Joe's sitting there with 15, is currently in 4th place. Darien also with 15. Then Greenwich and Stamford West Hill tied with 13 points. So we're looking at what could potentially be a playing game. The Wave, if they win, they're in. Greenwich still has some work to do tomorrow, and they can salvage any kind of a loss today, but I doubt that is the message from Coach Rorick. You've got to be looking, at this point in the season, John, you've got to be looking at every game as a must-win.
Well, and complicating matters for Greenwich, they have 2 games left. Stamford West Hill, 2 games left. And those 2 are going to meet tomorrow in what could be really almost that 65 game that you see in the NCAA basketball tournament now, where it's a true play, and it could be win or go home. Darien has taken the ice now. Greenwich is going to start final warm-ups.
I like, and this is just a side note, John, I really like Darien electing to stay in the locker room as long as they did and not have to just sit on the bench during that senior night. Keeps the team focused on the task at hand, avoid any kind of distraction. And we talked about this last week, too. This is something Darien will have to adjust to, John. Here at Dorothy Hamill, they warm up on chopped ice, then make a fresh slate for the opening puck drop. That puck slides a couple inches further on the clean ice than you would anticipate. It led to goals for St. Joe's. The Wave has got to be very careful at the start of this game with controlling the puck.
We saw that a lot last week in that St. Joe's Greenwich game. What shocked me was how much that affected Greenwich. You would think playing all their home games here that they would be used to it, and that the teams that say use the Terry Connors rink, the Darien Ice House, that they would have trouble with the faster ice coming early in the periods. And yet Greenwich really struggled with that in that loss to St. Joe's last Monday.
Wow. It's something to keep an eye on, and we talked about rebound control earlier as well. It'll affect the goalies too. You're going to see that puck slip off pads just a little bit further. You've got to be very confident with sending a puck into the corner for rebound control.
We're going to step out. When we come back, the puck will drop. Darien versus Greenwich, FCIAC hockey on a President's Day afternoon here on the HAN Network.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, InSports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for InSports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit InSportsCenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ing for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
Welcome back inside the Dorothy Hamill Ice Rink here in Greenwich, Connecticut. John Kovach with Frank Granito as the HAN Network brings you FCIAC hockey on a President's Day afternoon. Frank, great atmosphere in here.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, John, because this was the atmosphere Chris Rurik wanted us to come down and experience. He preached all season long, pulled so many strings to make sure we could come here, be accommodated, have a broadcast, and it was for what we're about to experience. This is a rivalry game, whether it's New Canaan or Darien or not, whatever. Greenwich and Darien the past 3 years have been the two best teams in the FCIAC, and now they find themselves fighting for their playoff lives. This is going to have a playoff feel. You're going to see big hitting, heavy shots, and a lot of high-energy high school hockey. It doesn't get any better than this.
I think the stakes are higher because of where they are in the standings. You're not playing to determine who gets the bye in the first round, who's seeded first and who's seeded third. You're playing for your playoff lives this Monday afternoon. Darien wins the faceoff, works it back to defense, brought up the edge by Max Romine. Behind the net, a little bit of a scrum for it. Puck pops out to the corner. Unsettled Greenwich in the white with the red pants and red helmets. Darien all blue, head to toe. Both great uniforms, Frank. I love the look.
Clean look. Darien with that almost Dallas Stars-like look with the Darien across the chest. You mentioned Max Romine off that opening draw. He's been the best player for the Blue Wave this year, one of the fastest skaters in the conference, and he leads the offense in scoring, John.
Matt Davey brings it up ice, drops it. Now a bunch up in the corner closest to us. We've got a broken stick sliding across. Max Romine's the one without a stick. The puck played back behind the Darien net.
Matt Bogger got away with a hack there. He came down hard on Romine's stick, snapped it in half. Coach Mac Budd very upset on the bench. There wasn't a slash called just 30 seconds in.
Romine looked at the official with his arm turned up like, what happened?
And it happened right below us, John. You could hear the stick snap just perfectly.
Long shot and the first save of the game by Alex Presley. James Gregory on the shot from the point.
And you're going to see Akira Dunham playing up front again now with Johnson back in the lineup. That's something to keep an eye on. He stepped back earlier this year to help fill a void. Just speaks to the testament of how versatile this senior is.
Puck, loose puck, picked up. But William Dixon of the Blue Wave, he brings it up ice. Greenwich turns it, dump, loose in the neutral zone. Dumped in, Darien goes for a change. Greenwich looks for a break coming out. That's Owen Johnson bringing it up ice. He loses it, takes a hit in the corner, kept in for Greenwich by Kevin Wright. And there's a shot and the first save by Brendan Bumgartner for the Wave.
That save made off the stick of Kevin Wright. I thought he was the most impressive Cardinal in their loss against St. Joe's. So smooth on the ice, deceptively quick, and he can get around the opposing defense, not afraid to jump up and join the rush. And with the return of Nick Pelletier Martinelli to the lineup, it allows him to be even more aggressive from the back end.
William Johnston brings the puck up ice, loses it behind the net, caroms around where it's picked up by Greenwich, lost again. A lot of unsettled play here in the first 2.5 minutes, Frank. Darien and Greenwich here at the Dorothy Hamill Rink on the HAN network. Puck brought up ice by Matthew Hathaway. He is taken down. Big hit there by Nick Pelletier Martinelli of Greenwich.
Unsettled play, but I think you're seeing both teams played out as carefully as possible early on. They're trying to get pucks towards the front of the net and not making any mistakes that could cost an early goal.
Matt Davies skates up the left side, tries to center himself. He's ridden off the puck. Darien turns it, brought up ice for the Blue Wave by Arden Cohen. Cohen with a long shot from the side. Save by Alex Presley. Unsettled puck. Darien tries to keep it in. They do. Greenwich takes possession. A lot of unsettled play early on here, Frank.
I like that shot from Cohen a lot, too. Keep Presley honest. Just throw one on cage from the wing, and it gets a puck low, allows you to reset the forecheck.
I don't like that pass across the front of the net that we saw from Greenwich to set up that clear, because they got in trouble with that against St. Joe's last Monday.
And we talked about rule number 1 you're taught in hockey. Keep your head up when you're going into the boards. Rule number 2, don't ever try to break out or pass the puck in front of our own net. Nothing good can happen.
More unsettled play in the neutral zone. Puck launched all the way down. We've got a whistle, and it's coming back.
Only our second whistle through the first 4 minutes, and while it is unsettled, there is a smooth flow to the pace of play right now.
There's a great play. We're not seeing the icings, the stoppages. It's just no one's had a sustained attack in this first nearly 4 minutes. Face-off won by Darien. It's played off the boards and out into the Greenwich zone. Dixon chases it. Now C.J. Hathaway goes for it in the corner. Greenwich comes away with it. Headman pass is batted back in by Hunter Hazelton. Comes back out, dumped back in by Dixon. Frank?
Good active stick by Hazelton in the neutral zone, making life difficult for the Cardinals here on the breakout as he'll send one back in again.
Delayed offsides is waved off. Greenwich brings it back up where it's dumped in by Dylan Madden. Darien picks up possession behind the net.
And that was something, John, on that breakout we saw a lot from Greenwich last week. They're going to try to stretch from their own end to an opposite red line and then lead that to a dump in to set up their forecheck, flow through their lines with easy changes.
Brought up ice by Max Sharp, who's stripped. It's lost. Hazelton comes away with it for Darien. Fires it down into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Kevin Wright for the Cardinals. Wright skates across ice, across the neutral zone, across the blue line. Dribbles it, tries to get a shot, doesn't get clean wood. The save by Brendan Bumgartner.
I would have liked to have seen Wright let a wrister go there, maybe try to use a defenseman as a screen. How about the touch, though? Able to get it back onto the backhand, quickly back to the forehand, gets a shot, but from a very tough angle. Good job by Bumgartner, not allowing any room.
Face-offs won by Darien, quickly seized back by Greenwich. Dumped in, it ends up a long backhand shot on goal by Wright. Bumgartner has to cover it and take the face-off in his own zone. 9:42 to go in the first, no score. Darien and Greenwich here on the HAN network.
Good job by Bumgartner freezing that one again. Almost slipped out of his reach, but back under control. Good job by Cohen to win that draw. The Wave has been strong on the defensive zone draws to start this one.
Brought up ice by Kostrowski. Puck's loose behind. Greenwich pokes it out. Loose puck there. That's going to be picked up by Trevor Bisnetic. Headman to Charlie Graves. Graves brings it up. Fires a shot. Nice save by Bumgartner.
I don't know if Bumgartner saw that one all the way, John.
He saw just enough of it. Now Davey brings it in. He's ridden off of the puck. We've got a scrum in front of us. Davey gets the shot off despite the defense by Colby Ravosa. Puck is loose. We've had a couple of scrums behind the play that have distracted the officials. Big hit! Big hit by Arden Cohen for the Darien Blue Wave. Darien clears it. That'll be an icing. Bring the face-off all the way back.
We talked about him, and we've talked about him all season long. Arden Cohen, transfer from prep school. He is a physical presence for the Blue Wave at all times on the ice. And this time, it was Fulton who took the blunt of that blow.
Face-off in the Darien end, played off the boards, bounced behind the net by Henry Congdon. Darien gets it clear. Dixon brings it up, loses the puck, picked up by Greenwich. Matt Davey again with it. He skates a few figure eights, gives it up to Murray. Murray with the shot, puck's loose, covered up, we get a whistle.
And you'll see number 25 out there for the Wave right now. That is Hudson Pokery. He is in replacement of senior captain Thomas Selger. Selger suffering from a couple concussions over the summer at the beginning of the year, ruled out for the season.
Sorry, Frank, we've got our first penalty, and that is going to be a cross-check. Trevor Disbennett will serve 2 minutes in the box. Darien with the first power play of the game, 8:33 to go in a scoreless first period.
And it's an interesting matchup. We've talked about how important special teams have been all year. Both the Darien power play and the Greenwich PK have struggled at times, so we'll see if one of them can use this to their opportunity to get some early momentum. The Cardinals able to clear off that draw.
Clear by Sandry. We have seen bad giveaway by Darien, but fanning on the puck is Oliver Fulton. And Darien again turns it over. Long, high, clear. Romine tries to first base it. Doesn't get it. Puck's picked up by Cohen. Cohen on the right side. Cross ice pass. The shot by Congdon is blocked. And there's a clear by Greenwich.
And after that last play in the neutral zone, Romine goes right to the bench. He is still shaking his right hand right now. Might have caught that one just off the thumb.
Cross ice pass. Hathaway can't find a handle, and it's cleared again by Greenwich. Coming up on the midpoint of this 2-minute power play. No score, 7.5 minutes to go in the first period. Bringing it up the right side is Hathaway for Darien. He drops it to James Gregory. They're going to go back and forth. Hathaway again. He feeds. He feeds Dixon. Dixon with the shot save, and now it's cleared after an unsettled puck.
And if Dixon could have got the one-timer off, it would be a 1-0 Wave lead. Just took a little too long, and Presley able to slide across the crease.
Took him a long time to get that shot off. Behind the net for Darien, James Gregory. Gregory plays it out to Cohen. Cohen takes a hit from Matt Davey. They struggle for the puck. Cohen comes away with it. Tries to cross ice to Hazelton. It's lost to the Cardinals, but now bringing it out again is Gregory. Gregory gets into the neutral zone, brings it up the right side, takes a few hits, finally stripped of the puck by Akira Dunham for the Cardinals. The Cardinals go for the clear, get it out. Try for a headman by Darien, but they were offsides, so Romine had to hold up. Romine's back out there. I'm sure that stung when he caught that puck. Penalty is over, so that's an icing, and Greenwich is going to give up a face-off at its own end.
6:27 remaining in the first, John, and Matt Davey has been the player I've enjoyed watching the most through this period. He's a center on the top line for the Cards, and he does such a good job as a two-way player. You'll see him involved in the corners defensively, but his forecheck to this point of the game has been very strong.
He skates very strong, and he will skate circles around you if you let him. Puck loose, picked up at the point. Long, wide shot by Congdon for Darien. Rebound by Connor McCarthy, never gets in. Another rebound shot is blocked. That was by Johnston. Puck is cleared now by Greenwich. They had a shot at the breakaway, and bringing it up is Davey. Davey drops the puck, loses the handle, and it's whacked in by Bauer. Big hit at center ice by Santry. Fans wanted a penalty there. They kind of went into that like a 1970s fullback, Frank. Breakaway now coming up the left side by Bauer. Bauer to Davey. He loses it. That's Bogger, correct, Frank?
That's
Thank
correct.
you.
It's Bogger, and Davey has got to get a shot off there with that opportunity. Right play by Bogger to drop it for him, but going back to that hit by Santry, oh man, when the trains are coming, get off the tracks.
Bring it up and checked off was Kevin Wright. Loses it. The check by Hathaway. Darien tries to clear. Dunham takes a check. It's kept in. Now a long headband. That's just going to be a long icing. The icing's waved off. Greenwich brings the puck back out. Long headband pass into the neutral zone. And a big hit. That's going to be a high stick call. I believe against Greenwich. Greenwich is going to be a man down again. Dylan.
Just
okay.
No
somebody
here.
skated over with their head down. I thought they were going to bench somebody, but just a face-off in the Darien zone. 4:57 to go in a scoreless first. Darien and Greenwich here on the HAN network. Late change for Darien as Kostrowski comes on. And now a discussion by the officials.
Might have an issue with the clock. See if they make any adjustments.
It's a lot of people in that scorer's box, Frank.
I thought there might have been a penalty against the Blue Wave.
That's what I thought, and then nobody skated over. And now what we're seeing is Hunter Piccone stepping in.
Hudson, you're right, Piccone. And it was Presley leaving the net to go to the box that gave it away. So we'll see the Cardinals power play for the first time. They did score against St. Joe's that last time they played.
Long shot there for the Cardinals by Bogger. Rebound is loose, and a one-timer fired in by Kevin Wright. Wright just in the right place.
And we talked about it, how aggressive Wright wants to be. What a look from the back door. Great job finding space. Bumgardner never had a chance.
And in 16 seconds, Wright converts on the power play. Greenwich takes a 1-0 lead with 4:41 left in the opening period.
Well-designed play, good patience. You had that initial shot, a rebound into the corner, and Davey slowed it down. A great vision by Kevin Wright, finding the open space, and no doubt about that one is Dis Bennett, a huge hit here on Cohen.
And it looks like a more lively Greenwich team in the seconds since that goal. Couple of big hits at center ice, working it around. Darien reclaims. Darien wants this one back. Long rising shot by Cohen, and that's reeled in.
And Cohen was a man on a mission after taking that big hit in the neutral zone. Went in, finished a check down in the corner, wins a 50-50 puck at the blue line, gets a shot on net. A good shift from the senior after taking that big hit.
Face off in the Greenwich end to the right of Alex Presley. Loose puck, still loose, and it spins toward the corner like a top. Behind the net now, where it's going to be picked up for Darien by Pregame. Hit behind the net, still loose in the corner. Diving play there to smother it and clear it, and that's going to be on ice, but Wright throwing himself down on the puck.
That was a huge play. Dixon had Hathaway open in front if he could have gotten it through. Tried to get the saucer pass up in the air, but a sliding right denying the opportunity.
1-0 Greenwich, 3:45 to go in the first period. You're watching FCIAC hockey here on the HAN network. Face off now to the left of Alex Presley. Still loose, kept in for Darien by Colby Ravosa. Ravosa dumps it in. Darien had to retreat. It's picked up by Wright for Greenwich, who reverses direction behind the Greenwich goal. He leaves it where that's picked up by Nick Pelletier Martinelli. He goes back behind for Wright. Wright behind again. A lot of play behind their own net there by the Cardinals before it finally dumped into the neutral zone and picked up by R.J. Murray for Darien. Played behind the net by Presley. He loses it. Then a big check by Wright. Knocks over Max Sharp for Darien. Greenwich gets possession, dumps, goes for a change. Started to be carried out there by Ravosa. He lost it. Darien regains. Romine brings it up. He has Cohen. He has help there by Kostrowski. Saved there by Presley. Unsettled puck. It's cleared. Back into the Darien end.
That was a big shift from that senior-led line from the Cardinals, finally slowing down the momentum that Darien had seized back since the Cardinals scored on the power play.
Davey brings it up again for the Cardinals. Drops it, a one-timer by Bogger. Kept in now by Connor Santry. He shoots wide, bounces around. It's loose. Kostrowski's ridden off the puck. Greenwich picks it up in their own zone. Brought in now by Bogger. His shot is blocked. Davey skates for it. Bogger picks it up. Skates in for the middle. Good job of possessing the puck. Kept in there by Dis Bennett. Darien picks it up in the neutral zone. Shot, not good wood by Bo Getz. I think his stick may have broken on that. Greenwich gets it out into the neutral zone, picked up by Darien, but that field goal lands in the net.
And you're right, Dixon's stick failed him on the slap shot attempt. Good look at the other end. Bogger, the one-timer shot. Davey almost had a chance on the rebound, just took an unfortunate bounce right over the top of the stick, or it would have been 2-0 in favor of the Redbirds.
We have not seen a ton of shots. We have not seen a ton of rebounds.
I think one issue and one concern I would have against Greenwich right now is they're trying to get to the slot just a little too much. They're being a little picky this early in the game with their shots. I'd like to see them throw more rubber on Bumgardner at this point.
Shoot more often?
no such thing as a bad shot if it's on net.
Well, you didn't see, we saw a lot of shots, just not on nets a week ago Monday. Loose puck in the neutral zone, scramble for it. Darien comes away with it. Greenwich picks it up, reverses. But now it's Connor McCarthy. Now Congdon with the head man pass to Ryan Niederreiter. Behind the net, puck is lost, picked up by Nick Pelletier-Martinelli for Greenwich. He skates to the middle, carries it all the way up, carries to the middle, and he's dispossessed.
And that's a bad turnover, John. If you're a defenseman, they get a lucky break that Darien doesn't turn it into a fast break the other way. But if you're a defenseman, you're going to step up. You've got to get a shot either on the net or get it down low, especially with the team change. You can't turn it over in the slot or at the blue line.
Icing called on Darien, or on Greenwich, face off in there at 34.2 seconds. One thing I did notice last Monday, Greenwich will carry the puck deep and use it to get a change behind the puck. Puck behind the Greenwich net in the waning seconds of the first period. Lost to Darien. Loose puck, picked up again. It's loose in front. Darien has it. Point shot. Score! Colby Ravosa with 19.2 seconds. Fires a long shot through a ton of traffic, Frank.
That was a seeing eye puck, and a twine-seeking missile had eyes on it as it just went down low in the left corner. I thought Kostrewski was going to score originally. Made the mistake of waiting for the puck to come to him. Finds its way to the point, and Ravosa able to knot this up.
You don't want to anticipate, but the angle that I had, I watched him wind up, and I'm like, there's no way that shot can ever get through. What, tied at 1, Darien and Greenwich.
And as good a first period as Greenwich had there, John, almost all canceled out now with that goal.
That's all it takes, and that's going to do it for the first period. One last late save by Brendan Bumgartner. And at the end of one, in a game that really could be called a must-win, Darien and Greenwich are tied at 1. We're going to step out. When we come back, Frank and I will break down the first period of Darien and Greenwich, FCIAC Hockey on the HAN Network.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean-eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. Discover a world of wellness in the heart of New Canaan. Halo Studios, New Canaan's first collaborative wellness center, offers you the freedom to choose from the best and latest health, fitness, and wellness options. Inside Halo Studios, you'll find all the wellness experts you need at places like Halo Fitness, Priority Wellness, and Sama Yoga Center. Come by for a free wellness assessment, open 7 days a week at 45 Grove Street. For more information, visit halostudios.com or call 203-594-9909.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Want a new experience in car buying? Skep Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, skepchryslerjeep.com or skepdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars. Wow. Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, In Sports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for In Sports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit insportscenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
National Eating Disorder Awareness Month in February, the HAN Network and Silver Hill Hospital are working together to raise awareness. Every Monday this month will feature in-depth discussions with experts at Silver Hill on a number of pertinent topics and treatment information, including early intervention, importance of nutrition, eating disorders in the LGBTQ community, and the neurobiology of disordered eating and body image. Watch those interviews during HAN's Coffee Break News Show Mondays at 11 and on demand at han.network.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Are you looking for new opportunity this year? How does growing a business with unlimited income potential sound? Christy Kinsman is a local entrepreneur building a global health and wellness business in Fairfield County. Offering cutting-edge anti-aging skincare, all botanically based and paraben-free, and a complete vegan, clean eating nutritional plan, Christy's looking for business partners that can help get others healthier while taking advantage of an untapped market. Take that first step to freedom from the 9-to-5 grind by learning more about the products and our mentorship program. Contact Christy at thelittlehouseshop@yahoo.com. Are you looking for new
Network? High school hockey from the Dorothy Hamill Arena. Greenwich and Darien tied at 1. Let's go to Kevin Coleman down at ice side.
Thanks, John. Frank here, the coach, Rurak of the Greenwich Cardinals. First 10 minutes, you guys are outplaying Darien. Last 4 minutes, they got that tying goal. Talk about what do you have to do this second period to get back to that level?
Keep doing more of the same. I think we're running the game plan that we wanted to. The kids are executing it well. You know, emotions play into it a little bit. I think as we settle into it, we'll implement more of what I want to do in the game, and we should come out all right. Their one goal, just a mental breakdown. We didn't find our man. Our point guy, our guy that was covering the point, had to come down and cover the front. They found him. They usually leaves a guy open, but you know, also we capitalized on the power play, so everything's looking good.
You talk about the power play. How important has Kevin Wright been to this team? He had the goal for you guys early on.
Yeah, crucial. Bogger, Davey, and Wright, you know, they're our top point getters, and you know, we always need production out of them. We count on them, so it's good to see them get a tally.
Now, before this game, this was senior night for your seniors. Was it a little more emotional getting ready for this game because you know you have playoff implications on the line, and it's Darien as well?
Yeah, you try not to let that creep into you, but you know, you bond with the kids, and you're sad to see them go, and you know, they're a little emotional. I get a little emotional, but you know, at the end of the day, you got to push that aside because we got a game to win. But yeah, no, it adds another element of emotion to a big game already. Hopefully they can manage that all right and get past it and concentrate on playing hockey.
All right, Coach. Best of luck in the second period.
Yep, appreciate it.
All right, Frank. John, back to you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Chris. Frank, I think he's right. I mean, Greenwich has to do what they've been doing. Other than that one long seeing eye shot, they looked pretty good.
And Coach was right. It's a mental breakdown in their own zone. Someone's left alone in front, and the winger has to collapse down. So it's an open look at the point for Ravosa there, and it's a great shot. He keeps it low. It finds its way through traffic. Presley never had a chance to stop that one. But Coach Rurick's also right. Look at the positives that period. Your top guys were going. You converted on a power play. You dominated for most of the period. I'm interested to see, John, how much of that physical play carries over into the second period now.
It was physical. It was physical in a clean way, but we saw some pretty jarring checks in that first 15 minutes.
And a lot of them were open ice checks through the neutral zone. Defensemen being very aggressive, stepping up and not allowing easy runs between the blue lines. A couple weeks ago, we talked with Coach Gallagher about how at the Darien Ice Rink, that neutral zone just suffocates you. It feels tighter compared to some of the other rinks. The same as here at Hamill. It just is a very tight neutral zone. The blue lines almost feel closer together.
Are they regulation neutral zones, or are they?
It's a regulation neutral zone. It's your basic high school hockey rink here. I like this too. You got the Greenwich bench right now. The emotion is there, John. The rink is packed. It's senior night.
Fired up Greenwich team, banging their sticks on the boards. Now everybody gets tossed from the face-off circle, and it cools everything right down. Face-off is dumped deep into the Darien, or the Greenwich end. I'll get it right at some point. Puck's lifted out, carried out by Davey. Davey is working his way through a slew of Darien players and keeps it in. Ends walking down the blue line, but he loses it. Now you've got Kostrowski bringing it up. He feeds Arden Cohen. Cohen shot just wide. Nice one-timer there. Puck is kept in by Connor McCarthy, and we've got a stoppage.
Offside as McCarthy just couldn't keep the line. Great idea by Cohen that time with the one-touch attempt. You saw Presley sliding towards that far post, but Cohen just missing to the left on the short side.
Face-off just outside the Greenwich end in front of the Darien bench. Won by the Cardinals. And it's Dunham who plays it across. Puck now loose on the near side. Turned by Connor Santry. Santry loses it right back to Darien, and it's dumped in by C.J. Hathaway. Loose puck into corner. Hathaway looks to dump it in the slot. Nobody there. Kept in, and just a slow shot, that by Hazelton. Hathaway again, cross ice, nobody in the slot to get it. Greenwich clears, back out at the neutral zone. Hathaway turns, dumps again. Darien goes for a change. Keeping the forecheck on is Dixon. Santry dumps it out to Fulton. Puck in the slot, loose in the slot. Everybody lost a handle. One-timer is missed, another one wide. Two good chances for Greenwich come up wide, and the puck is iced by Darien. That was a smart icing, Frank.
Very smart icing. I thought Darien came out, had a great start to this period, but the best opportunity we've seen so far coming that time right there. Owen Johnson on the back door had to look momentarily at one, and then out in the slot, Fulton just couldn't get wood on the one-timer opportunity as the Blue Wave dodges a bullet.
Darien with the Greenwich with, how many times am I going to screw that? Greenwich with the puck, rolls around and back, clearing attempt fails, dumped deep into the Darien end.
Well, let's get it out of the way, John. You're thinking New
Seriously.
Canaan because we just learned at the intermission, New Canaan a huge win today, 3-2 in a comeback over Xavier.
A big win state-wise and rankings-wise for the Rams. Kevin Wright skates the puck in, fires his shot wide for Greenwich. Kept in at the point by Johnson. Wright now meets back at the point. Loose puck. A little bit of a scrum for it, and it's carried out by Darien. Matthew Hathaway couldn't keep up. Johnson brings it back. He can't get wood on it. Good stick check there for Darien by R.J. Murray. Loose puck behind. Unsettled puck on the near boards. Attempt to dump into the Greenwich end. Nothing there. Finally picked up by Matt Davey in the neutral zone. Davey carries into the Darien end. Tries a backhander. It's saved. Rebound corralled by Darien. Two Darien players cancel each other. And then a check by Sean Prattley of the Cardinals. Loose puck. And it's another dump and another icing by Darien. This one I don't think was as good.
It's the period of long change, so obviously there are going to be difficulties getting off the ice if you're stuck in your own zone. That time you saw Murray send that for the icing, and while I understand why he did it, if he had picked his head up, he had a lot of room ahead of him to work with.
Well, that's what I saw, was room to carry it, get it where it's a clean, and a long, slow shot is turned away by Bumgartner, and the puck is again cleared from the Darien end. He had room to skate and make that a clean clear and still get the change that Darien wanted.
And even if he didn't want to skate, he had plenty of space to just throw a softer puck up the boards that would have allowed time for the Wave to get that line switch.
Davey tries to find somebody in the slot. Nobody home, comes back to the point where it's kept in by Connor Santry. Loose behind the net. Darien comes away with it. Giveaway right in front of the Darien net. Long clear, and that's going to be another icing with 11:14 to go. The pace in the first 3:45 of this second period, a lot choppier than the first.
Oh, we saw 2 minutes where Darien came out, tried to set the tone at the start of the period. I thought they did a good job controlling the neutral zone and continuing to dump the puck in. The past 2 minutes, it's been all Greenwich as they have just stayed aggressive on the forecheck, not allowing Darien out.
No icing there as Greenwich could have played it. Darien now has the puck in the Greenwich end. Wright tries to bring it out. He loses it. Davey picks it up. Davey through the center ice circle across the blue line. Fires a shot just wide. Rebound picked up by Bogger, but he loses it back into the neutral zone.
And a really good take by Davey there. From his own end, right, a costly turnover at the blue line, but Davey showing the hands and a good idea shooting back across his body down low.
Bogger runs the tires through traffic, gets it deep, but Greenwich can't get an opportunity out of it. Unsettled puck in the neutral zone. Wright takes it. Backhanded pass to Pelletier. Martinelli, he looks to move it ahead. Pass is dumped in by Sean Prattley. Greenwich looks to change as Darien picks it up in its own end. Brought up ice now by Gregory. He loses it to Akira Dunham. Dunham with the stop, the dribble. He's got a one-timer and it's wide. Shot is wide by Fulton. Picked up now by Darien. Darien with the clear. Back into its own end. It's Romine with it. He loses it. Headman gets out. There's a save. Long shot by Cohen. Save by Presley. Another shot, another save, and now Dunham brings it out. They've got an odd man rush. They have a 3-on-2. Dunham has time. Skates around. Dumps it. Nobody home to get it. Bringing it back out now. Kostrowski, headman for Hathaway. CJ Hathaway's shot is saved. Hathaway picks it up again, tries an impossible angle. That shot is blocked. Back to the point. That shot is blocked by Trevor Disbennett. Back into the Darien zone. Picked up by Ravosa. Ravosa has the Darien goal. Darien tries to settle it, brings it up. We've got an icing. 9:14 to go, 1-1.
Oh, take a second and catch your breath. I'll fill everyone in.
A lot going on.
Poor Oliver Fulton is going to have nightmares over that one. What a play by Akira Dunham. Had Fulton alone in the slot, just caught it fat, chipped up into the glass. Then you come back the other way. Darien with opportunities. Back and forth, great pace of play. It feels like FCIAC playoff hockey, John.
It really does feel like an early playoff game, and I couldn't be happier with it. Puck caroms around behind the Darien net, trying to find a handle on it. Finally, well, not really, Corral. Finally a clear by Darien, but it's kept in. Nope, finally a clear, carrying it up the near side boards and dumping it in for the Blue Wave, Ryan Niederreither. Niederreither carries it, he's with it, he's got help in the front! Puck is smothered, still loose, backhanders turned aside. And we've got a penalty now.
It's going to be Owen Johnson on a cross-check, but it's a goal-saving cross-check, John. They were wide open, alone in front. It was William Johnston who had a look at that loose puck rebound, and Owen Johnson had no choice but to take him down.
That was a one-timer away from a 2-1 Darien lead. Just didn't get wood. Sometimes you take the 2 minutes, as you said, to prevent the sure goal.
How about the original pass from Hathaway to Johnston?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Sliding it just under the waiting defender's stick. And again, another Darien Wave opportunity that it's just got to be a one-timer. It's got to be a little bit quicker. They can't allow Presley to slide across through his crease.
Greenwich was able to clear. Darien brings it up. It's Connor McCarthy dumped in. Arden Cohen, he can't find the handle. It's nipped ahead by Bogger. Darien takes it, dumps it in. Played by Presley to his left. He hands it off, and that's a long clear by Nick Pelletier Martin.
Longest shot on goal we'll see all game, I'm sure. As Baumgartner had to make a save.
Only red line to red line, that's all. Cohen brings it up the middle, skates out, looks for help. He's got help on the point, but Condi can't find the handle. Loose puck in front, turned aside. We got another cross-check. Cross-check uncalled that knocked Presley out of his net, but he recovered. And there's finally a clear by Greenwich. Dangerous there because the player who got cross-checked, who absorbed it, got knocked back into Presley. Loose puck now in the Darien end. It's picked up for Greenwich by Bogger. Bogger now looking for help. There's a shot saved by Santry. Puck tumbles away. Greenwich picks it up in the neutral zone.
And the play of the PK so far coming from Kevin Wright. Dixon alone on the left wing circle with the one-timer opportunity, and Wright doesn't allow him to get it off, or it's 2-1 in favor of the Wave.
Wave with the puck now into Greenwich end. 7 to go, tied in the second period. Tied 1-1. Back to the point. Fake shot ahead to the slot. No. Dixon can't get wood on it. Back behind the net. Dixon tries to throw it in front. It's kept in. Dixon with it again. Tries to find somebody in front. Nobody there. Puck is cleared. And they hit Johnson coming off the bench. But there was a player going off. And it's going to be a bench minor on the Greenwich Cardinals. Too many men on the ice immediately at the end of that penalty.
And here's where the confusion really stems from. Johnson comes out. He is onside and catches the clearing opportunity. Jumping off the bench that time was Sean Prattley. Prattley, had he played that puck, would have been offside because he jumped from the wrong side of the blue line. That's where the confusion comes from, and now Prattley will have to serve.
Yeah, and I think we've seen Greenwich in prior games have some trouble with changes.
We've seen it a lot in the FCIAC this year, and it's just a lackadaisical and disappointing effort. Is this going to be offside?
Puck just tightrope walked outside, slowly, ever so slowly. But now you're going to end up with essentially a 4-minute power play if you're the Darien Blue Wave. How important is it to convert during these two?
I don't even know that you necessarily need to convert, but you need to keep getting opportunities like you had. There was great puck movement. They had good looks, and they're controlling the momentum of this period right now.
Kostrowski carries it behind the Greenwich net. Back out to the point, but Gregory cannot find a handle. He's got to retreat into the neutral zone. Back into the Darien end.
And James Gregory is a player who has really stood out to me this second half of the season and come into his own. A name we didn't know too much at the beginning of the year, but has stepped up and played such a pivotal role in those top 4 defensive pairings.
Romine unloads it. We've got another penalty now. And Greenwich is going to be 2 men down. Another cross-check call. Wright pleading his case to the official. That's going to fall on deaf ears.
There's nothing to plead, whether you're battling back and forth, exchanging little slashes around the ankles, that's one thing. But as soon as you hit a player down from behind in front of the net, you're getting called every time. Now it is monumental that Darien scores with a 2-man advantage, John.
1:18 to go on the initial bench minor, and at 2 minutes and exactly 6 to go on the second penalty, the cross-check. One-timer sails under the net and out. Congdon got some velocity on that, not the accuracy.
He stepped into that one. It was put in the perfect location by McCarthy, but just picked his head up a little bit as he was trying to go underneath the crossbar, but instead found the netting above the Zamboni door.
So you're down 2 men here. If you're Greenwich, you're just going to, as soon as you get it, just throw it up ice?
It depends where you are. There's never a bad time on a penalty kill to kill off any extra seconds that you possibly can. It's riskier with a 5-on-3, but you've got some experienced players on the ice who will understand the situation. And no, they don't necessarily have to force anything.
Shot by Congdon is blocked. Puck is loose. Another shot. I think that was blocked by his own man. Congdon again. That shot is blocked. Owen Johnson. What a courageous shift.
And Dis Bennett had a couple blocks too. There's a good rotation on the triangle right now. You're seeing Darien pass around the zone, but the defense are playing up and Johnson sliding back when he needs to.
Kostrowski's shot is saved across to Congdon. Congdon's shot doesn't get through. It's deflected wide. 18 seconds to go on the first penalty. We're under a minute on the second. Puck is loose. Little fight for it. Coming away with it is Hazelton. Hazelton's shot doesn't get through traffic. Almost kept in by Hazelton, but it clears. 2-1. First penalty is over. Darien has a 5-on-4 advantage. Greenwich gets the dump and the change. Big kill for them on the first portion of that two-man advantage for Darien.
And still 30 seconds left now that the Cardinals will have to kill off.
In the slot, shot there blocked by Pelletier Martinelli. Puck from behind is covered by Presley. 17 to go on the penalty. 4:18 to go in the second period. 1-1 the score. Greenwich and Darien, FCIAC Hockey on the HAN network.
Tough angle on that shot. Not sure it was going in, but a good job by Presley sliding across and getting to the far post. But the Cardinals on this penalty kill, a great job sacrificing the body, putting themselves in shooting lanes, and keeping as few pucks that did get through to Presley.
Late change by Greenwich. Face-off won by Darien. Long shot wide from the point. Kept in by Hazelton with the backhand. Hacks it behind. Hazelton takes a pass from behind. He takes a shot. It's saved. Second shot on the rebound is blocked. Dixon with it to Hazelton. Back to Dixon. Dixon is dispossessed of it by Pelletier Martinelli. Puck almost out. It's not. Power play is over. Teams at even strength. 3:49 to go in this second period.
And that's frustrating for Darien now, John. 6 minutes of power play time, including about 1 minute and 15 seconds of a 5-on-3, and they could barely get a shot on goal, let alone finding one.
Bogger brings it up, skates to his right, and he loses the puck. Big check, though, by Davey, gets it back. Puck is in the net, in the crease, covered up.
It's a really good check by Davey. It's a bad turnover by Niederreiter. That puck has got to be up off the glass and out of the zone. He is too close to the blue line to lose possession and allow the Cardinals the odd man opportunity.
Almost like he held it a second too long, made himself a target, and allowed Greenwich to keep it in the Darien end.
It was a slow pass that he received off the boards, and Davey snuck up on him, but he's got to have a presence of where he is on the ice and just get that puck out as quickly as possible.
Puck just slid shuffleboard style forward by Dunham. Easy save for Baumgartner. Another face-off to Baumgartner's left. 3:20 to go in the second period. Greenwich Darien tied at 1.
And it hasn't been a very busy period for Baumgartner, John.
Not at all.
The best opportunities you saw, too, Greenwich either fanned on, missed over the net, or just couldn't put it on Baumgartner. He has not had to make a lot of saves yet here in the second.
Well, there was a golden opportunity in front, but Fulton could not get good wood on it again. We've got an interference call. Greenwich is going to go a man down again. I
don't know about that one. I thought Romine had played the puck along the boards. That's a tough call. It's Bennett for the second time tonight. He had that penalty back in the first as well. But
yeah, I thought he was playing Romine off the puck. The puck came up the boards. Wasn't a devastating check or anything.
No, he took the body. That's a tough play because 9 times out of 10 when an offensive player is trying to chip a puck around a defenseman, they're not really allowed to take the body to divert him from chasing that puck. I didn't think the timing was there, and Coach Rurik clearly agreeing as he's upset with the call. But either way, Bennett's going to sit for 2 as the Wave go back to the man advantage. 0 for 3 in the period, John.
2:51 to go in the second. Greenwich and Darien tied at 1 here on the HAN network. Again, this is a game with big FCIAC playoff implications. Puck rolls around behind the Greenwich net. It's cleared. Fulton wins the race to the puck. He's got nobody in front to help. He's going to try for the wraparound. It's steered aside by Baumgartner. Bringing it up ice is Johnston. Johnston loses it. He slides in. Now turned and kept in by Dixon. But Johnston, who ended up off his feet, did not get back out. Plays offsides.
And Johnston has got to get rid of that puck in the neutral zone. Give great credit to JT Lawrence on the back check, and that really caused the offside on that play. Johnston's either got to throw that in deep or pass it up ahead. You can't take that offside there.
Still 1:36 to go on the Darien power play. Puck sent across to Max Romine. Romine brings it in. He looks for help. Kostrowski takes it behind the net. He tries to play it back into the corner. Greenwich comes away with it. The clear by Nick Pelletier Martinelli. Boy, we've called his name a lot tonight.
We didn't see him against St. Joe's last week, out with flu-like symptoms, but good to have him back in the lineup now.
Long head man pass. Good puck movement by Darien. Long shot, safe. It's loose. The rebound is hacked at by Cohen. That's saved. Puck back to the point. Dumped in. It's in the corner. It's unsettled. Pelletier Martin is wrestled off of it. Now Johnson gets it out to the neutral zone. 40 seconds to go on the Darien man advantage. Kostrowski brings it up the near side boards. Looks for help. His shot almost snuck through. It is turned aside by Presley. Puck loose in the corner. Picked up now by Greenwich. And there's going to be a clear. Johnson's got a one-on-none if he wants it. He's ridden off the puck. Good defense by Darien. And a long headman pass is not an icing because it was touched. One-timer there for Dixon. He can't get wood on it. And now we've got a whistle.
It's a misconduct penalty. I'm not sure if it's a player or if it's going to be a bench minor, John, but a misconduct now coming here. It might be Owen Johnson who was upset there wasn't a penalty called on that breakaway opportunity.
Emphatic call by the official on that. No doubt. 57.6 seconds to go in this first period. 7 seconds away from killing off that penalty. Greenwich is going to go 2 men down, and that power play may carry over into the third period.
Frustrating life right now for the Cardinals as they've spent the majority of this second period on the kill.
And one of Mac Budd's assistants just really letting the Darien Blue Wave hear about it from the bench. That's got to be frustrating for them. Now, half of this period has been spent on the power play, and you're nowhere closer to winning this game than you were at the end of one.
They've had some opportunities, but really the power play has looked discombobulated for a good chunk of this man advantage time.
Loose puck is kicked deep into the Greenwich zone. Darien picks it up. Shot is wide. Kept in at the point by Hazelton. He dumps it in. Picked up there Hathaway. Dixon now with the puck. Looks for help. Back out to the point. It's corralled there by C.J. Hathaway. He can't get good wood. Back out to the point. Cross ice passes. Shot is blocked and it's cleared.
That was off the post, that Hathaway shot. But the one that really stood out at the start of the power play, 2-on-1 opportunity. You try to shoot up high on the short side and miss everything. You can't do that with a man advantage. Just a little too selfish in that situation.
5-on-4 advantage now for Darien. 7 to go in the second period. Puck is picked up by Davey. Davey skates around, gets a shot off. And we're still tied at 1 after 2 periods, Frank.
It was a interesting second period, and I'm keeping an eye on the officials right now because coming out of the box, Owen Johnson might have had a couple words for the ref that he did not appreciate. As they're still talking things over, they exchanged a look. Some words were said. I can't speculate as to what, John, but
walk away from the officials, guys, please.
Ultimately, that period is, you can see Darien's not even going back to the locker room. They're just behind their own bench right now. You had 8 minutes of power play time. You've got another minute coming up to start this third period, and you're still sitting in a 1-1 situation. They're not playing poorly, but it is very, very frustrating.
They're not playing poorly, but they're not finishing.
And with how many opportunities they had, that one is going to bother the Wave. We'll see if they can respond coming out in the third. For the Greenwich Cardinals, though, you're shooting yourself in the foot right now. It's some tough situations you've been put in, but you haven't surrendered a goal despite giving up power plays.
You made a ton of mistakes, and you're no worse off than you were. And this discussion is continuing at the Greenwich bench. And this is going on for a long time.
We'll see what happens. They had the misconduct penalty as well before that, but let's step aside, John.
Yeah, let's take a break. When we come back, look at the first two periods, and we'll drop the puck on the third. Darien 1, Greenwich 1. You're watching FCIAC Hockey on the HAN Network. A bite out on the water, most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
At In Sports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Recently renovated and home to one of Connecticut's largest indoor turf fields, In Sports is a multi-sport recreation center providing state-of-the-art facilities for league play, camps, and youth programs. Sign your child up now for In Sports Future Stars Basketball Academy, teaching skills on the basketball court for boys and girls ages 5 through 9. Visit insportscenters.com for more information on this 7-week program. And for adults, spots are also still available for our men's 30 and over and 40 and over leagues. Like and follow us on Facebook.
Get a fresh start to the new year by shaking up your meal routine. Walter Stewart's Market is your local source for a delicious selection of fresh and convenient salad shakers, like Southwest salad with chicken, Cobb with organic chicken, Power Vegan with fruit and quinoa, Greek salad with tabbouleh, and grilled shrimp with hominy. Grab one from our salad case or order from our deli today. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
We told Dad he could have his office back if he sold 150 cars last month.
Deal's a deal.
Well, Dad, you did it. You get your office back.
Forget it. I'm having too much fun down here. My new goal, 160 cars.
Wow.
Folks, if you ever wanted a great price on a new Nissan, now is the time.
Right now, lease a 2017 Altima 2.5S for only $99 a month.
Isn't it time you got Millerized?
Whether you're looking for the freshest seafood, the perfect steak, or want to share delicious appetizers, look no further than the Stone's Throw in Seymour. Chef Peter Hom has more than 30 years of experience creating original recipes in his American eclectic style. Our dishes are made from scratch with fresh, local ingredients that pair perfectly with a seasonal craft beer, a signature cocktail, or your favorite wine. When you visit our Riverside location, you'll feel like you're on vacation when you're only a stone's throw from home. Visit us on Roosevelt Drive in Seymour or at StonesThrowCT.com.
It's all about meeting goals this year, and Trinity CrossFit of Ridgefield has experienced trainers, top-of-the-line equipment, and a newly renovated space to help get you there. Offering more classes per day than any other CrossFit gyms in the area, we cater to all fitness levels. Our coaches have a combined 10 years of experience in CrossFit, and as competitors themselves, Trinity coaches can get you ready for competition in 2017. Visit our convenient location on Route 7, Danbury Road, or find out more at trinitycrossfit.com.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands at the President's Day event and Ram Truck Month, now through February 28th.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain, or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Welcome back to FCIAC Hockey on the HAN Network. John Kovac with Frank Granito. Frank, got to be a frustrating period for the Darien Blue Wave. A lot of man up, not anything to show for it, not even really a lot of clean shots off it.
Give credit to the Cardinals' defense before you knock the lack of clean shots. There were some open opportunities, some very good passes that last-second diving opportunities denied a Darien goal. But they weren't consistent with their puck control. And for more on that, let's hear from the head coach of the Darien Blue Wave, Mac Budd. He joins Kevin Coleman. Kevin.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Frank. Here with Coach Mac Budd, Darien Blue Wave. Coming into the third period, what's the message to the team after being on the power play 3 times in that second period? What was the message during the intermission break?
Well, clearly the message is we have, after a period, basically of an entire period of a power play, we have a minute left. So the message is take advantage of that minute finally, and let's pop one in and take the lead early in the period. I think we're doing some decent stuff on the power play, but clearly what happened there, you can see, is that we had some shots blocked and we had some open shots and missed the net. And unfortunately, we also had a couple of opportunities with an open net and just didn't crack it in. So, listen, this is a team that's worked hard all year. They've just worked their tails off. And so what we need here is 15 minutes of just once again trying to outwork our opponent. That's the way we've been winning these games later in the season, and we're going to have to do it once again. We just don't. We have a lot of guys who work hard and some skilled guys, but the way we win games is by working hard and winning low-scoring games where we're disciplined on our own end and we take advantage when we have the chances. So hopefully that happens again.
Talk about players who work hard. How about your goalie tonight, Alex Presley? How impressed have you been by his performance so far?
Yeah, Bumgardner's he's played. He's played great. He's a senior. He's just a fantastic leader, and he's obviously doing a fantastic job in this game. So he's made some big saves for us, but I'm not surprised. He's done that for us all year. So that's kind of what we'd expect, and he delivers for us.
All right, Coach Mack, thank you for the time. Best of luck in the third period. All right, thanks.
Very much. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks. Frank, John, back to you.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Coach Budd. I just can't imagine 8 minutes on the power play. You had a couple of 2-man advantages. And you're right, Greenwich is playing good defense on those. But there's just not finishing right now by Darien.
No, there's not. But the beauty of it is it's a 1-1 game. They've got 15 minutes left, and I like the way Coach Budd is approaching this now. We've been in games like this all year. We have been good in low-scoring games. This is where we want to be. And the opposite side for the Greenwich Cardinals right now, they're saying, okay, we've got to survive this next minute. Let's make sure we kill this next minute off, and then let's come back and beat them 5-on-5.
Frank, great crowd here at the Dorothy Hamill Rink. Tremendous turnout for this President's Day contest. You see a lot of the younger kids, a lot of families. I think having the game on a holiday, late afternoon, it's a nice time to have a game.
It is, and you saw New Canaan playing earlier this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Compared to what we saw last week, I think the biggest difference in the fans tonight, Greenwich is in school this week.
Right.
So many of the kids might have gone away for their spring break or weren't at school and didn't process,
Right.
There's a hockey game tonight. So.
And I think it's made a difference in the crowd, the fact that they are back in session. And you're seeing that in the atmosphere. been a really good atmosphere, I think, from the national anthem when you had the dueling red and wave yells.
Oh, there's nothing better than the wave during the national anthem. Darien, I will give them credit for that one. They do that right. But I think there's been a little bit of a nervous lull amongst the Greenwich section. They obviously outnumbered Darien probably close to 3-1 in the building tonight. But the big issue is they've spent the last 10 minutes in their own zone killing penalties.
That's it. I was going to say they've been on the kill for most of a period.
And sliding to block shots. But Baumgartner was not tested much that period, John.
No, he really hasn't been tested much tonight.
And something to really keep an eye on now moving into the third period. How does he respond to that first shot? Because he might have been lulled to sleep with the action being at the opposite end. So I'm going to keep an eye on where his focus is at the next time the Cardinals come down.
I imagine his teammates heard it pretty good behind that Darien bench when they didn't go back to the locker room for that second intermission. So I'm sure he's been woken up a little bit by hearing his teammates get it.
And I don't know to the extent how much you chew a team out over that.
Well, they were pretty they were pretty fired up during play.
They're fired up, but it's...
I'm not saying chewed up in a bad way.
I understand.
I'm saying they'll get a fire lit under
I
you.
agree, but I think it's one of those just that it's an urgency. There's a sense of urgency.
Great term.
In that, guys, we've had X amount of power play opportunities. We need to capitalize. They are not going to keep taking penalties this way. And that sort of urgency just is to express to the players, we got to go now. We got to go now. We have to take advantage of these opportunities. They don't come around like this. At times, the power play got a little single-minded. Guys controlled the puck a little too much, trying to work to the net. 5-on-3 opportunities. Those are only 5-on-4s. It's got to be bang, 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 bang. Everyone should get a touch around the outside. And once the defense starts to over-pursue or over-shifts, there's always someone open. You have an extra skater. There's always someone open, John. Make the extra pass. And again, Coach Bud said it. They had opportunities, just didn't put shots on the net. They're going to come. Keep your heads down. Fire it on goal. It's going to come, but it's a motivated and hungry Greenwich team at the other end who's feeling a little slighted right now by the officials based on what we saw before they left the ice.
Give me one thing you'd change if you were Darien in this period.
I would start shooting from everywhere. On the power play, they've got open looks at the point. If they go D to D, they've got one-timers. Get Congdon on his open hand, feed him the puck, let him get a one-timer on goal.
One thing you would change if you're the Greenwich Cardinals.
Other than staying out of the penalty box?
Yeah, you cannot give it. That's the easy answer.
For Greenwich,
that's the people who've never been in my kitchen answer.
When I get out of this minute and 2 seconds, I want to win the next 5 minutes. I want to flip the script completely and steal all momentum going forward. Whether it's a big hit, a long shift in the offensive zone, the Cardinals have got to find a way to sustain some pressure on the opposite side of the red line after all that penalty killing time.
15 minutes, maybe more, left to settle this game between Darien and Greenwich. 1:02 left on Darien's power play as the third period gets underway. Darien with the puck in its own zone. Nice cross-ice pass. That to Kostrowski. He brings it up the left side. Dumps. Shots partially blocked. Greenwich gets it and clears it.
And I like the idea from Cohen there, John, trying to send it towards the net. I would have gone up to the point, though, worked it around a little bit.
Congdon brings it up. His shot is saved. He gets the loose rebound behind the net. Skates around. He's looking for help. Reverses direction. Reverses it again. Out to the point to Kostrowski. Back to Congdon. It's picked up by Greenwich. Now picked up again by Kostrowski. And finally cleared by Greenwich. Baumgartner has to play it.
And that's extra frustrating right there because a couple of big opportunities, but the puck getting stuck in wet ice.
Cohen cross-ice pass to C.J. Hathaway. His shot is blocked by Connor Santry. Puck in the corner now. C.J. Hathaway comes away with it, hacks it, and that's going to be out of play. Believe that faceoff should come out of the zone unless it was blocked.
We'll see if it was deflected. If it was clean
off, I think it's
off
a deflection, the way the Greenwich guys are hanging. But that power play is over. Another kill for the Greenwich Cardinals.
And while Darien doesn't score and ultimately the blame is going to fall on that unit, that's tough where 2 or 3 times they had an opportunity on the half wall. Puck gets stopped, player loses it, and the Cardinals can clear the zone. Nothing you can do, though, coming out of the period. Just the way it works.
And now another discussion at the Greenwich bench.
Have to assume Coach Rurik wants to know why this faceoff is in the zone. He must have thought it was deflected as well. They'll say it was last touched by a Cardinal, though, as the draw stays to Presley's right.
Rattles around in the corner. Backhanded back behind the net by Bogger. Dumped back in by Picorni. Puck is loose. Played out of the zone by the Cardinals. Kicked ahead by Boger? Bogger, thank you. I don't want to keep saying it wrong. Puck's bouncing around in the Darien end. It's off Davies' elbow. Kept in. Now Darien finally gets it out. C.J. Hathaway can't find a handle. Greenwich reverses field. Cross ice backhand pass. Finds Boger waiting for it. He carries it up the middle. He's got no help. Fires a shot wide. Rebound comes out. Picked up by Darien. Cross ice pass. Bringing it out, Matthew Hathaway for the Blue Wave. Puck is dumped in. No ice. Kicks around the corner. Played out. It's carried out finally by Davey. He loses the handle. These Greenwich defensemen love to carry the puck up the middle of the ice, and Davey does it again. Up the right side, turns, tries a shot, ends up just feeding it to a Darien player.
A long shift here from Davey and Bogger. They'll get to change with the icing there.
They'll get to change. They will get the face-off in the Darien end. 12:31 to go in this third period.
A little bit of a break on the Greenwich defense. The Cardinals with a couple of opportunities, but they really need to be more protective of the puck at both blue lines. Appreciate where you are on the ice and allow yourself to clear the zone and give yourself the opportunity to get a shot.
Puck lifted out of the Darien zone, but knocked immediately right back in by Nick Pelletier Martinelli. Darien brings it out. A nice headman pass. Finds Max Romine. Romine cross ice pass. Kostrowski can't get Wood on it. Kostrowski picks up the loose puck, tries to turn. Now there's a battle for it with him and the Greenwich defenseman. It's brought out. Loose puck picked up by Akira Dunham. Dunham, backhander. It's deflected at the net. Baumgartner with the save. Oliver Fulton picks it up. He fires a bad angle shot, but forces the save, and another icing by the Blue Wave.
Really good job by Congdon that time. We saw Dunham at the start of the second period using his speed to get around defenders and set up Fulton out in the slot. This time Congdon patient, lets him go to the outside, but denies that little drop pass.
Face off to the left of Baumgartner in the Darien end. Greenwich comes away with it, immediately loses it, but turns it right back in. Giveaway, backhander by Johnson is wide. Rebound is loose, rebound is blocked by Hazelton. Struggle in the corner for it. It's picked up and carried out down the far boards by Picorni. Greenwich recovers in the far end. Darien trying to get it, trying to make something happen here. Loose pucks carried forward. Flip pass is snagged out of the air by Alex Presley, and there was somebody there for the one-timer had he not intercepted that.
Hathaway throwing the spicy marinara across the crease, looking for Dixon, but Presley denying the sauce opportunity. Good heads-up play from the keeper.
You'll take the face-off there rather than the one-timer at point-blank range.
I don't think Dixon was going to miss that one.
Puck is kicked back by Darien. Shot is blocked. Bounces to the near boards. Long shot kicked aside by Presley. There's the headman pass for Bogger. Bogger scores! And he's letting the fans join in the celebration. As just 4 minutes into this third period, he gives Greenwich a 2-1 lead.
We talked about the stretch pass early on. We've seen it now all season long. Bogger reads the play beautifully. The save off Presley, he immediately takes off. Great vision from Prattley. Put the pass on the money. That's a warm-up drill every day. And then buries it down low, beating Bumgartner low on the glove side. You go through all that penalty kill time, John, and now you find yourself with the lead. That's a huge momentum swing.
It's a tremendous momentum swing, and he did not have a lot of room between Bumgartner and the pipe to squeeze that through. Darien begins pressing. Wright picks it up for Greenwich, clears the zone. Dumped ahead again to Bogger. Bogger behind the net, he's looking for help. Big crowd and nobody at the point to get that back pass.
Good patience and vision, though, from Bogger that time, stopping behind the net, allowing himself the opportunity to at least get a pass out in front, but no one there. And John, it's like Coach Rurik said after that first period, we're at our best when Davey and Wright and Bogger are going. They're their top point getters, and another one of those players stepping up here in the third period.
They moved the puck very well. Offsides play here. Dunham's got to tag back up. He does. In the meantime, Darien picks up in its own zone. A little bit of catch behind the net. Gregory with it comes up the far board, chips it ahead. Going to be a long icing. Just got another one that ran away on the new ice.
I think Gregory was a little confused what to do there. It was a really good job by Akira Dunham after he tagged up there, circling through the defensive zone. He cut off that cross ice pass I think that Gregory wanted. You had Santry at the point blocking off the wing, and versus taking a turnover, Gregory just tried to throw it out to space, and the new ice probably saw that go the whole length.
Darien works to bring the puck out, checked by Dunham. Puck slides ahead into the Greenwich end. William Johnston picks it up, big check into point. Big long shot through traffic, just misses everything. And a loose puck is chipped ahead by Oliver Fulton. Back into the Greenwich zone. Back behind, Wright. Struggles to find a handle, but he does. Comes up the near boards, eludes a check, but gets the headman to Dunham. Dunham brings it up, skates right in front of us, near side. Stops, looks for help, backhands it behind the Darien net.
That allows the Cardinals to finish the change, get a whole new unit out. Good job by Dunham there. Smart play, don't force anything to the middle. Just keep going and forcing Darien to play the full length of the ice here.
His ability to stop and maintain possession makes a lot of things happen for Greenwich. Puck is chipped ahead now to Disbennett. Disbennett cross ice passes kicked aside by Bumgartner. Darien clears back into the neutral zone. 2-1 Greenwich over Darien. 8:20 to go in this third period. Cross ice pass. JT Lawrence can't find a handle, but Darien can't dump it into the zone. Picked up, carried out now by Nick Pelletier Martinelli. He loses it and sets up C.J. Hathaway, whose shot is blocked. And now just clearing the Darien zone. That was interference by
Oh, that was two odd man rushes in a row we saw there as Presley makes the save on that Dixon shot. I really like the thought process from both Hathaway and from JT Lawrence before that. You see the defenseman perfectly taking away the pass. It's a tough angle shot. You shoot it low, aim for the far pad, and you're trying to get a rebound for that second man crashed into the net. Good job by both goalies, though, kicking it off to the corner and not through the slot.
7:46 to go here in the third period.
And John,
2-1 Greenwich with the lead.
I would be remiss if we didn't mention we're back again tomorrow night. We have the semifinals for girls basketball in the FCIAC playoffs at 6 o'clock. It's number 2 Ridgefield, number 3 Stanford. The game after that, Trumbull and Fairfield Ward.
Big threat by Darien, attempt at the wraparound by William Johnston. Puck kick to the outside, working it from the outside, and it's a giveaway. And bringing it up ice now is Connor Santry for the Cardinals. He's dispossessed. Darien picks it up, turning and bringing it up. Niederreiter with the headman pass to Matthew Hathaway. Hathaway loses it in the corner. Greenwich ties to turn. Giveaway. Shoveled ahead by Arden Cohen. And it's absorbed by Alec Presley. Golden opportunity on the giveaway by Cohen.
It's tough. He's on his backhand trying to get good lumber on it, and it just is caught up in the midsection. But a costly Greenwich turnover, and Coach Rurik has got to be preaching right now. We got away with one, boys. Can't have any more of those here.
Well, again, it's that pass in front of the goal. Another long shot, that one by Congdon, and that one is snared by Alex Presley.
And I'll tell you what we're seeing is a much more confident Alex Presley. He looked a little off against St. Joe's last week. Not a lot of bad goals, but it just didn't look like he was comfortable at any point in time. He has stood the challenge all day long here today.
I think his rebound control's a lot better tonight. Darien trying to keep it in. They can't. They lose it, and it's a race for the puck in the Darien end. Picked up by Oliver Fulton. He carries behind the Darien net. Poked back out. Max Romine has it. He'll bring it up the near boards right in front of us. He loses it. It's picked up by Hazelton. Hazelton tries to clear zone. He can't. Turned right back in by Greenwich. Now Romine again. Romine dumps it ahead. A little dump and chase. Cohen directly behind the net. Cohen is checked by Pelletier Martinelli. And there's a lot going on in front of the net. Greenwich clears, brings it out, turned right back in by Colby Ravosa. He has the Darien goal in the first period. Change allows Greenwich to bring it out. There's a hook not called. Bringing it up is Kevin Wright. Wright gets the shot, and I see no call on that. Wow.
It looked like the stick just got stuck to Wright's jersey, maybe in the top of his pants there. Regardless,
they'll
you're
call
responsible
that.
For your stick at all times.
They call that.
With the way they called this one and the penalty count where it is, I'm a little surprised Darien got away with one there.
6 minutes to go, 2-1 Greenwich. Puck in front, loose, turned by Johnson. He tries to get a shot off, can't. Puck now cleared by Darien. That's going to be a breakaway for Dixon. Dixon stops, fires a shot, saved. Rebound is loose in front, turned. Headman pass, picked up by Charlie Graves. Graves dumps it in, loses it to Darien. Now the puck sits loose in the neutral zone. Owen Johnson dumps it in. Greenwich will finish its change. Darien with the puck, shoveled ahead. Now bringing it up for the Blue Wave, Picorni. Picorni's shot is wide. Puck in the corner. A little bit of a scramble. Cleared by Greenwich. There'll be no ice. And no call there with the 6 men on the ice.
I don't think a single member of the Greenwich coaching staff realized what happened there, or else they would have to be livid.
They would be, because that's exactly the scenario they got called for earlier. Darien with the puck behind, bringing it out front. McCarthy, it gets chipped ahead, but it's immediately taken in the Greenwich zone by Pelletier Martinez. He kicks it ahead. Davey tries to backhand it out. Doesn't. It's kept in. And there's a save and another by Presley. So hacking at it. Bounces out to the corner. Carrying it out is Wright. Wright brings it up. He's being checked. He leaves it behind. Long shot, start aside. Rebound, but Bogger can't get good wood on it. Once somebody finally gets a shot, Bumgarner has time to get set. Still 2-1, 4:28 to go in the regulation.
Maddie Bogger, that might have been all she wrote. An awesome look at the open net. Off that rebound, just couldn't control the spinning puck. At the other end, it was Darian Kostrowski who had a puck in the slot off a rebound and couldn't get good one on it. That's been the story of the day for both teams, Johnny.
Oliver Fulton behind the net to a long point, trying to score! And Trevor Disbennett from the point gives the home Greenwich Cardinals a 3-1 lead with 4:19 left in regulation.
That puck was not intended to make its way to Disbennett, but he's not complaining. Gets all the way through the slot. Confused players where it was. Disbennett lets go the howitzer, and it's a 3-1 Cardinals lead.
A lot of velocity on that shot. Bumgarner now having trouble with his equipment, reassembling himself back into crease. Darien's got its work cut out for it now. Down 2, 4:19 left in regulation.
How about the defending conference champion Greenwich Cardinals looking to fill out the playoff bracket.
Now they still have an FCIAC game left after this. They will play Stamford West Hill tomorrow here, also a 4 o'clock start. Puck's dumped into the Darien end and icing the call. As long as they don't say Brown RV, we're okay, Frank.
I was waiting for that. Greenwich has got to be careful here. I understand the thought process in just trying to take everything and throw it down the length of the ice, but you don't have to be that sporadic or panicky, spastic with the puck.
Takes an awful lot of icings to kill 4 minutes and 8 seconds. You're better off trying to make plays.
You're better off keep playing the way you're playing.
Exactly.
They've dominated this third period. And to the point that many of the Greenwich faithful are confident enough to head home.
Fulton and Sean Prattley with the assist on Disbennett's goal. Greenwich tries to bring it up ice, turns it over in the neutral zone. Puck is dumped behind their net. Little bit of a race, little bit of a joust. Feed in front, nobody there. Long shot now is actually deflected away. The shot by Connor McCarthy. Dumped in front again. Presley tries to dive on it, can't. Puck is cleared. Could be a long, it's going to stop. It ends up a long clear and not the icing.
And it works out perfectly because that puck had to go through the ice in front of both benches, John. There's a lot of snow built up there from players stopping during the period. That's why it wasn't an icing.
Just getting it to check up like that approach shot, Frank.
Science.
Puck dumped into the Greenwich end where it's picked up by Pelletier Martinelli. He stops, gets a little bit of a struggle for it. Still loose, still no possession. Finally, it's Matt Davey with it. Davey tries to clear, and a misplay by Congdon at the point, and Darien's got to tag up. Greenwich again, now right, bounces it off the board, shoveled ahead. Here comes Davey. Davey up the middle, dribbles. He's ridden off the puck by James Gregory. He gets it back, dumps back to the point to right. Davey again. Davey had it in his feet and he couldn't find it. He ends up putting his team off sides. Play back, now back to Davey. Davey backhands into his own zone where it's picked up by Disbennett and an icing as they chip it inside. There's no need for that icing.
No, it's a good idea. He was looking to hit Bogger with a little bit of a cross-ice pass there, and they just missed, about 2 strides ahead of him. So face-off comes back down, 2:29 remaining, and Coach Bud is going to vacate the net already, John.
Well, he needs 2. So right now, he needs 2 goals. Puck is. We've got it dissect. One official called it onside. Near official called it offside.
I think they're going to say it was onside, but the puck was shot up into the bench.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's a close call, though, because I thought it might have been a glove hanging over the bench, which you could have put that face-off inside.
High check, and the Darien fans want a penalty there as somebody caught a face full of glove and got the helmet pushed back.
And speaking of high, that's a shot that misses well over the net, goes up out of play. Darien needs to take a page out of the Cardinals' playbook right now. Try to shoot around the feet of Presley. Get rebounds, get traffic in front. It's where you scored your first goal tonight. It's where you're going to find the next 2.
Again, Darien net is empty. They're playing with 6 skaters. Another puck off of the netting. 2:05 to go, and the Greenwich Cardinal up 3-1.
Remember, the Blue Wave still with their timeout as well, should they choose to use it. It's Cohen, Romine, Corney, Dick. It's Dixon with Ravosa and Congdon for the Wave.
Puck is kept in. Ravosa poked away. Loose, now picked up. That by Santry. Santry spins. That's a clear. Long clear. That's going to be an icing. 1:47 to go in regulation. 3-1. Greenwich over Darien in a pivotal FCIAC ice hockey game. Score holds. 2 more for the Greenwich Cardinals.
Big 2 points. That'll put them back into the picture. Presley wisely going to hold on to that one, and now we'll see what happens here as Cohen tripped over Presley.
Presley's taking his helmet off.
He got kicked in the head. See if they call anything. I would be surprised.
I don't think there was anything there. I think it was just crashing the net and a goalie diving out. So Greenwich currently at 11 points would jump into a tie with Darien at 13. St. Joe's with 13 as well going into today's play. Long shot doesn't get through. Backhander. Shot is wide. They had a lot of net to work with. There's a riot in front. No wood on the puck. Big hit. Lots of chaos. Puck behind. Into the crease. Shot wide. Darien's going to want a lot of these shots that are wide back. I'll tell you that, Frank. Puck's in the corner. Greenwich will settle for the freeze. They don't get it. Loose. Still loose.
Well, you had Bogger playing without a stick as he came up with it in the corner, so his only move was to pin his feet up against the boards, but it didn't work out.
Shot there is saved. A shot by Picorni. Kicked aside. Under a minute to go in regulation. Greenwich up by 2. Another scramble in front. This has been just a mad scramble in front. Still loose. Shoveled ahead. Greenwich can't get it out. Now finally the breakaway. The breakaway by Dunham. His shot is kicked aside by Hazelton. Hazelton, he gets ridden into the boards. Does Dunham. He catches a glove to the back of the head from Matthew Nusslein. Darien brings it back in. Cross ice pass is intercepted. Long shot wide. Puck behind the net. Another scramble. This to the right of Presley. Lots of pushing and shoving. Presley freezes it in the crease with 16 to go and a 2-goal lead.
Plenty of looks for the Blue Wave. They had opportunities, none better than the one we saw on the right side of the net, but just missing wide.
There's a half dozen wide shots, Frank, in the last minute.
Was Picorni. Oh, man.
Face-off is pushed ahead by Darien. We've got a penalty away from the play on a pile. We'll see who's going. It looks like it's going to be Greenwich. It looks like it's going to be JT Lawrence. So it'll be a 12-second power play.
And this, you don't want to see any of this. It's gotten a little chippy down the final 10 seconds here.
Get out of here. You don't need anybody missing a playoff game. So a power play plus the extra skater for Darien. No ice there as it is a power play. 6 to go, 5, 4. We got a loose edge, we got a loose puck. Shoveled ahead too, and that's it. And the Greenwich Cardinals celebrate wildly as they have beaten the Darien Blue Wave 3-1. They are now tied with 13 points with Darien and with St. Joseph. And they are ecstatic in that Greenwich end. Teams lining up now to shake hands. Just a fantastic game. Frank's going ice side to try to get an interview. Really a momentum building win for the Greenwich Cardinals. We're going to take a quick break. come back. Frank's going to talk. No, we're going to stay right here. We're going to stay right here. Our Frank Granito's on the ice. And Frank's caught up with Greenwich's Matt Bogger. Let's throw it down to Frank. Yeah. We're going to take it back here. We're going to take a quick break and be right back to the Dorothy Hamill Rink, where Greenwich has beaten Darien 2-1. All right, we're back at the Dorothy Hamill Rink. Let's go down to Frank Granito on the ice.
Kevin, help him. Join with our player of the game, Matt Bogger. Matt, huge win for the team on senior night. What does it mean to the boys?
Everything. This meant FCIACs, and thank God we made it in.
Alex Presley stood on his head all night. Huge game for him. How you doing?
He's great. He played well. He comes to practice harder than anyone else.
Start the lap. Take us through that game-winning goal for you.
Little Pratley gave me a perfect pass, and he was going to finish it.
Way to be, Matt. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Good luck.
Thank you, Frank. We're going to take a quick break. Come right back to put a wrap on it. Greenwich 3, Darien 1, here at the Dorothy Hamill Rink. Still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30, right here on the HAN Network.
Welcome back to the Dorothy Hamill Rink in Greenwich. Frank, key victory for the Darien Cardinals. Momentum builder, 3-1 over the Darien Blue Wave. We apologize for the technical difficulties. What'd your player of the game have to say?
Well, we talked with Matt about how big a win this is for the team. It's going to most likely qualify them for the FCIAC tournament, and to get it done on senior night says a lot. We spoke about how great Alec Presley was in net tonight and how hard he's worked during the season, and talking about that game-winning goal from Bogger, just the vision of little Pratley, as Matt called him, to find him, and he just beat Baumgartner down low. It's a huge win for Greenwich, Sean. There's no other way to put it. They played so well despite the number of penalties that they took. Darien, if by some way they're on the outside looking in at this FCIAC tournament, they're going to remember this one, and it will leave a very sour taste in their mouth going into states.
And that's not to say they're out. They could still make it.
They're by no means are they out. They're still very likely to make it. I think Greenwich beats Stanford West Hill tomorrow, and that's going to be the difference as they'll be on the outside looking in. But what a game we saw, and it's just a preview of the playoff hockey we're going to see over the next 2 weeks.
We're going to be back tomorrow. Kate Chaplinsky will bring you your coffee break at 11. Nutmeg Sports at 2.
2 o'clock.
And then
we've got girls basketball semifinals in the FCIAC Championship. 6 o'clock between Stanford and Ridgefield, 7:45 Trumbull and Fairfield Ward. Johnny, take us home.
That's going to do it. The final. Greenwich 3, Darien 1. For all of us here at the HAN Network, thank you for watching FCIAC Hockey.